The waiting trap. You're sitting there, aren't you? Waiting for someone to text you back. Checking your phone every few minutes. Hoping. Wishing. Maybe even praying they'll reach out. Let me tell you something, that's no way to live. No begging. No chasing. No endless texting. No games. That's the real secret to success and to finally feeling whole inside. And I can hear the question forming in your mind. But how am I supposed to get ahead if I'm not constantly pursuing what I want? Sit tight. We're going deeper. The power of self-respect. This is where it all begins with you. Your identity. Your value. Your standards. This isn't about being cold. It's about being centered, rooted in the knowing that your worth isn't measured by how fast someone replies. Self-respect is the foundation for personal power. Without it, you're building on sand. Why begging destroys your power. Begging is beneath you. Not because you're better than anyone else, but because you're better than that behavior. Begging is born from desperation, and desperation repels success like oil repels water. When you beg, you tell the world and worse, yourself, I'm not worthy of what I want. That mindset puts you in a position of weakness, and weakness won't bring you the relationships, opportunities, or respect you seek. Instead of begging, build value. Become someone who doesn't need to beg because what you bring is so strong, so solid, so undeniable that people naturally want to be part of your life. The chasing trap. Let's be honest, chasing is exhausting. Always running. Always reaching. Always one step behind a finish line that moves every time you get close. And here's the brutal truth. The moment you finally catch what you've been chasing, you realize it wasn't even what you needed. So you start chasing again. Chasing is a treadmill, lots of effort, zero movement. Attraction versus chasing. Success, real success, isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. When you stop trying to force outcomes and start focusing on building your character, your confidence, and your capability, the things you once chased begin to chase you. Opportunities come knocking. The right people gravitate toward you. Success starts to orbit your life. But only when you stop sprinting after everything that moves. The discipline of patience. Here's where most people tap out. They want everything instantly. Instant love. Instant wealth. Instant validation. Instant purpose. But instant gratification is the enemy of meaningful growth. Just like the farmer who plants seeds, he doesn't dig them up every day to see if they're growing. He trusts the process. He nurtures the soil. He stays consistent. And in time, the harvest comes. Life works the same way. You don't get results because you rushed. You get results because you stayed committed. Becoming the person who doesn't need to chase. When you cultivate discipline, self-respect, purpose, and skill, you rise. You strengthen. You sharpen. You step into your own power. And suddenly, you're not waiting for anyone to choose you. You're not chasing anything that doesn't align with who you're becoming. You're not begging for attention, validation, or opportunity. You've built a life so clear, strong, and grounded that the world can't help but take notice. The cost of constant connection. Now let's address the issue that's quietly draining your power in today's world: texting. We live in a culture where everyone is constantly connected, always available, and endlessly reachable. But here's the raw truth. Being always available makes you common, ordinary, predictable. When you're constantly texting, constantly reaching, constantly seeking digital validation, you're not just giving away your time. You're giving away your power. There's no mystery, no intrigue, no sense that your attention is something meaningful. And remember this fundamental principle: scarcity creates value. The value of selective availability. When you're not always responding immediately, when you're not glued to your phone waiting for the next vibration, you naturally become more valuable. People begin to appreciate your time. They pay attention when you speak. They recognize your presence isn't a guarantee, it's a privilege. This doesn't mean you ignore people. It doesn't mean you play cold. And it definitely doesn't mean you manipulate anyone. It simply means this: your life should be so engaging, so full, so mission-driven, that texting is a side task, not the center of your world. Your purpose should be louder than your notifications. The truth about games. Now let's talk about the games people play in relationships, in business, everywhere. Games are for amateurs. Games are for people who lack confidence. Games are for people who don't respect themselves enough to simply be honest. You might win a few rounds playing them, but you lose everything that actually matters. You lose authenticity. You lose trust. You lose the chance for real connection and real success. When you play games, you shrink. When you're direct, you grow. So be direct. Be clear. Be honest. Be authentic. Yes, it may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's liberating because honesty pulls you to a higher level of living. Imagine a life with no begging, no chasing, no games. Take a moment and imagine your life if you fully embraced this philosophy. No begging. No chasing. No excessive texting. No games. Picture waking up with purpose burning in your chest. Walking into a room with quiet confidence. Feeling completely centered because you know you don't need to beg for attention or chase for validation. That kind of confidence? It's magnetic. It draws people to you. It opens doors. It creates opportunities that force life to take you seriously. But all of it starts with one thing: you valuing yourself. The difference between confidence and arrogance. Understand this clearly. This philosophy isn't about becoming arrogant, aloof, or emotionally unavailable. It's about developing inner strength, not outward ego. A strength that doesn't need constant validation. A strength that doesn't wobble in the presence of silence. It's about knowing your worth even when no one is clapping. It's about living in alignment with your values even when no one is watching. Applying this to every area of your life. This isn't just about relationships. This applies everywhere. In your career. Become so good at what you do that opportunities come to you. No begging for promotions. No chasing job openings. Your excellence speaks on your behalf. In your relationships. Come from wholeness. Not desperation. Not neediness. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're looking for someone to complement the life you've already built. In your personal development. Set high standards. Then rise to meet them daily. Read the books. Take the courses. Seek the mentors. Not because you're chasing success, but because you're becoming the person success naturally gravitates toward. The fallacy of missing out. Some of you might be thinking, but if I stop chasing, won't I miss opportunities? Let me tell you something straight. The best opportunities in life are not the ones you have to sprint after. They're the ones that show up because you prepared yourself. Because you built yourself. Because you became the kind of person who attracts greatness instead of begging for it. When you're constantly chasing, you're operating from scarcity. From fear. From the belief that if you don't grab it now, it'll never come again. But when you operate from a place of strength, you understand something deeper. What's meant for you isn't running away from you. It's waiting for you to become the person capable of receiving it. The shift to abundance. When you commit to personal growth and excellence, something powerful happens. You stop operating from scarcity and start operating from abundance. You stop believing opportunities are rare, fragile, or fleeting. You understand there are plenty of opportunities. And the right ones will recognize you, align with you, and find you. This shift in mindset is everything. It separates those who constantly react to life from those who proactively shape their lives according to their vision, mission, and values. The honest truth, this isn't easy. Let's be real, none of this is easy. Stopping the begging? Not easy. Stopping the chasing? Not easy. Putting down your phone and resisting the urge to text? Hard. Refusing to play games when the whole world seems to be playing them? Even harder. But think about it. When has anything worth doing ever been easy? Growth is uncomfortable. Change is challenging. Discipline takes effort. And yet on the other side of that discomfort is fulfillment, is strength, is success that actually lasts. The first step, self-awareness. So how do you begin? Where does this transformation start? It begins with self-awareness. Notice the moment you're tempted to beg or chase. Notice when your thumb hovers over the screen to send a text you know you shouldn't send. Notice when you start slipping into games or manipulation. And ask yourself, is this aligned with who I want to be? Is this the behavior of someone who values themselves? That question alone can change your entire trajectory. Start small, but start. You don't need to overhaul your life in a day. Start with one choice, one action, one new standard. Maybe you don't respond to a message immediately. Maybe you don't chase a job that doesn't fit your values. Maybe you resist the urge to beg for attention or validation. Every small act of discipline builds your self-respect. Every small win builds your personal power. Every moment you choose alignment over desperation, you evolve. Invest in your development. Next, pour into yourself. Read books that challenge your mind. Learn new skills that stretch your abilities. Set goals that force you to grow. Work consistently daily even when motivation fades. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is evolution. To be better today than you were yesterday. And as you grow, you'll notice something extraordinary. The world begins to shift around you. People respond differently. Opportunities come from unexpected places. The things you once chased start moving in your direction. Why you can't do this for external rewards? But here's the key. You cannot do this simply to get what you want. I'll stop begging so I can get the relationship. I'll stop chasing so I can get the promotion. I'll stop texting so they'll value me. No. That's just disguised manipulation. That's another game. You must do this because you're committed to becoming a person of value. A person of integrity. A person who respects themselves and respects others. Expect setbacks, THEYRE, part of the journey. This journey isn't smooth. You will fall back into old patterns at times. You will have moments of doubt. You will be tempted to break your new standards. That's normal. That's human. That's part of growth. What matters is that you keep choosing self-respect over desperation. That you keep choosing growth over stagnation. That you keep moving forward no matter how imperfectly. How your relationships evolve. As you rise, your relationships will transform. When you stop begging for attention. Stop chasing validation. Stop playing games. You begin attracting people who value authenticity. People who want depth. People who respect boundaries. People who align with your energy and your standards. These are the people who challenge you, inspire you, and elevate you. How your career expands. Your professional life changes too. When you focus on excellence instead of chasing every opportunity. Doors open. People notice you. They seek you out. They want to collaborate, hire, invest, and learn from you. Because excellence sends a signal clearer than any resume ever could. The greatest change happens within. But the greatest transformation? It happens inside you. You develop a quiet confidence. A grounded, unshakable belief in yourself. You no longer depend on external validation. You no longer panic over someone's silence. You no longer let other people's opinions dictate your worth. You build an inner foundation that empowers you to take risks without fear, to speak your truth without apology, to pursue your dreams with courage and clarity. This inner strength becomes your superpower, embodying leadership through integrity. Even when the path seems impossible, here's something fascinating. When you fully embrace this philosophy, no begging, no chasing, no constant texting, no games, you naturally become a leader. People are drawn to your authenticity, your self-assurance, your integrity. They watch, they learn, they seek your advice. They want to emulate you. But remember, this leadership isn't about followers. It's about empowering others to discover their own strength, their own worth, their own path. As you continue on this journey, make it a point to lift others up. Share what you've learned. Encourage people to value themselves, to stop chasing, to live with integrity. The true measure of success. True success isn't just what you achieve, it's who you become in the process. It's the lives you touch. It's the positive impact you make on the world around you. Success measured only by outcomes, by numbers, likes, or validation is temporary. Success measured by character, growth, and integrity is everlasting. The challenge to you. So today, I challenge you. Stop begging. Stop chasing. Stop constantly texting. Stop playing games. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Invest in your growth. Cultivate your talents. Live with integrity. Respect yourself and others. It won't be easy. There will be days you question the path. Moments when everyone else seems to get ahead by cutting corners, playing games, or chasing the next instant win. But don't be fooled. The path of integrity, self-respect, and personal growth is the path to lasting fulfillment. Imagine your life differently. Imagine waking up each morning excited about the day ahead. Imagine a life where you are no longer controlled by the opinions of others. Where you are free from the exhaustion of chasing people, things, or fleeting validation. Where your phone does not dictate your emotions. Where games no longer drain your energy or cloud your judgment. That life isn't a fantasy, it's within your reach. But it begins with a decision. Will you continue down the path of begging, chasing, texting, and playing games? Or will you choose self-respect, personal growth, and authentic living? The daily choice. The choice is yours. And it's not just a one-time choice, it's a choice you make every day, in every interaction, in every decision. Choose wisely. Choose with courage. Choose in a way that your future self will thank you for. Remember, you are worthy of respect, starting with your own. You are capable of achieving great things without compromising your integrity. You are strong enough to resist the urge to beg or chase. You are valuable enough to attract opportunities naturally, without playing games. Make a commitment to yourself. As you move forward, make this commitment to value yourself more highly, to invest in your personal growth, to live with integrity even when it's difficult, to be patient, knowing true success takes time. And remember, the world does not determine your worth. Your value is not measured by messages, attention, or others' opinions. It comes from within your character, your actions, your integrity. Stand tall and create your legacy. Go forth with confidence. Stand tall in your self-respect. Be patient in your journey of personal growth. Be authentic in every interaction. Watch as the world responds to the new you, the you who doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't constantly seek validation, doesn't play games. This is your time. This is your life. Make it extraordinary not by chasing extraordinary things, but by becoming an extraordinary person. A person of value. A person of integrity. A person of strength. The kind of person who attracts success naturally. The kind of person who inspires others. The kind of person who leaves a legacy of integrity and personal excellence. Remember, life is not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. Create a self you can be proud of. Create a life that inspires. Create a legacy that matters. The journey starts now. The journey begins with your next decision. Will you text that person again, hoping for a response? Or will you invest that time in personal growth? Will you chase after an opportunity that doesn't align with your values? Or will you trust that the right opportunities will find you as you focus on becoming your best self? Will you play games to get ahead? Or will you choose the path of authenticity and integrity? The choice is yours. And I believe in you. I believe you have the strength to make the right choice. I believe you have the courage to walk the path of self-respect and personal growth. I believe you have what it takes to create a life of true success and fulfillment without begging, without chasing, without constant texting, without playing games. Prove it to yourself. Go out there and show the world what you're capable of. But more importantly, show yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. Your relationship with yourself. Your self-respect. Your integrity. No begging. No chasing. No texting. No games. Just you, becoming the best version of yourself day by day, decision by decision. This is the path to true success. This is the path to a life well lived. The first step, take action today. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today. Choose self-respect over desperation. Choose personal growth over stagnation. Choose authenticity over game playing. Choose to become the kind of person who doesn't need to beg or chase. Because opportunities and meaningful relationships naturally come to you. Build your community. As you seek out kindred spirits on this journey, remember, your interactions are opportunities for growth and mutual support. Connect with those who are committed to self-respect and authenticity. Listen to their stories. Learn from their experiences. Perhaps someone has found a strategy that can help you resist old habits. Consider creating or joining a mastermind group dedicated to this philosophy. In such a group, you can celebrate victories, discuss challenges, and hold each other accountable. Remember, the goal isn't isolation, it's intentional engagement with the world. Connect with others in a way that uplifts both yourself and those around you. Navigating challenges. As your life changes, not everyone will understand your new approach. Some may try to pull you back into old patterns. Stand firm in your convictions, but do so with compassion. Understand that others may not yet be ready for this journey. And as you progress, you may naturally step into a mentorship role. Those just beginning to break free from begging and chasing may look to you for guidance. Embrace it, but remember, mentorship isn't about creating dependence. It's about empowering others to find their own strength and chart their own course. Transformation in career and relationships. In your professional life, this philosophy can shift your approach to networking. Instead of desperately seeking connections, focus on building genuine relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. You will still set goals, work hard, and pursue opportunities, but from self-assurance, not desperation. In your personal relationships, the change is just as profound. When you stop seeking constant validation or playing emotional games, space opens for real intimacy and meaningful connection. You attract people who appreciate your authenticity and are secure enough to reciprocate it. Progress, not perfection. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be days you slip back into old habits. The urge to beg, chase, or play games will be strong. When that happens, don't berate yourself. View it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, what triggered this urge? What need was I trying to meet? How can I meet that need in a healthier, more self-respecting way? Every slip becomes a chance to deepen self-awareness and strengthen resolve. The shift in success. As you continue, your definition of success will shift. The flashy titles, the expensive cars, the picture-perfect relationships, they start to matter less. Instead, fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your values, cultivating quality relationships, and making a positive impact on the lives of others. When you're no longer chasing externally defined success, you're free to create a life that resonates with your authentic self. You're free to pursue passions others may not understand but that bring you purpose, joy, and meaning. You're free. Freedom and responsibility. As you begin to liberate yourself from the need for constant external validation, you take on a new responsibility, self-validation. This means setting your own standards, holding yourself accountable, becoming your own biggest cheerleader. It also means facing your shortcomings honestly, identifying areas for growth, and committing to real self-reflection. When you're no longer focused on impressing others or playing games to get ahead, you gain mental and emotional space to truly know yourself. Use this space wisely. Celebrate your progress, but also acknowledge where you still need to grow. The ripple effect of integrity. As you deepen your commitment to self-respect and personal growth, your influence begins to extend beyond your immediate circle. Your example living with integrity and authenticity creates a ripple effect. Others are inspired to examine their own lives, to challenge their habits, and to make positive changes. This is where the power of this philosophy becomes truly evident. By choosing not to beg, chase, text obsessively, or play games, you're not just improving your own life, you're contributing to a shift in social dynamics. You challenge the status quo that says success comes from external validation. Imagine a different world. Imagine a world where more people embrace this philosophy. Business deals made based on genuine value, not manipulation. Relationships built on mutual respect, not emotional gain. Success measured by personal growth and positive impact, not by who can beg, chase, or manipulate the most. This world is possible. And it starts with you. It starts with your daily choices. Your commitment to integrity. Your willingness to value yourself even when it's difficult. Reflect and celebrate. As you walk this path, take time to reflect on your progress. Perhaps there was a time you would have begged for an opportunity you now confidently create yourself. Maybe you used to spend hours anxiously waiting for a text that you now realize isn't crucial to your happiness. Celebrate these changes. They are testaments to your growth and strength. But be patient with yourself. True, lasting change takes time. You are not just changing behaviors, you are reshaping your entire approach to life. This fundamental shift happens day by day, choice by choice, moment by moment. Tools for self-mastery. Consider keeping a journal of your journey. Document challenges, victories, and insights. Use it as motivation on difficult days. Use it for reflection to identify patterns and areas for further growth. Remember, this journey is not about isolation. We are social beings. The goal is not to never need anyone, but to approach relationships from wholeness rather than lack. You will still ask for help, collaborate, give and take, but from a place of self-respect and personal power, not desperation. Transformation in perspective. As you embrace this philosophy, your worldview begins to shift. Opportunities appear where obstacles once loomed. Situations that once felt powerless now reveal strength. A sense of peace and contentment emerges, previously obscured by begging, chasing, texting, or playing games. You begin to recognize your inherent worth independent of external validation or achievement. You develop deep self-trust, knowing you have the strength and wisdom to navigate life without resorting to desperation. This inner strength becomes your bedrock. It allows you to stand firm in your convictions. Walk away from situations that don't serve your highest good. Take risks that might seem foolish to those still trapped in the cycle of begging and chasing. Clarity and authentic decisions. Your decision-making process becomes sharper. Without the noise of texting, chasing, or seeking validation, your inner wisdom speaks clearly. You gain clarity on your goals, passions, and long-term vision. Questions like, what do I truly want out of life? What kind of impact do I want to make? What legacy do I want to leave? Become answerable because you have the space, time, and emotional bandwidth to reflect. True measures of success. Your definition of success transforms. Less about possessions, appearances, or external validation. More about who you are, your alignment with values, your growth, and your positive impact on others. This shift is liberating. You are free to pursue passions that others may not understand. You are free to take risks that align with your authentic self. Freedom comes with responsibility, self-validation, and accountability, but it also opens the door to profound personal growth and fulfillment. The power of authentic relationships. As your philosophy deepens, your relationships transform. You attract people who appreciate your authenticity, are secure enough to reciprocate, engage with you from a place of mutual respect. This applies to all relationships, romantic, professional, friendships. You approach every interaction from self-respect and personal power, not from manipulation or desperation. Your authenticity and quiet confidence make you more approachable, not less. People are drawn to strength grounded in integrity. Career and life transformation. This philosophy can transform how you approach your career and life. Instead of desperately chasing promotions or constantly seeking attention, you focus on adding genuine value. You pursue opportunities that align with your skills, passions, and long-term vision, not positions that don't fit who you are. This doesn't mean becoming passive. You will still set goals, work hard, and seek growth, but from a place of self-assurance, not desperation. As you live with integrity and self-respect, your influence extends beyond your immediate circle. Your example inspires others to examine their own lives and make positive changes. By choosing no begging, no chasing, no texting for validation, and no games, you're not just improving your life, you're contributing to a shift in social dynamics, challenging the notion that success comes from constant external validation. Imagine a new world. Imagine a world where more people embrace this philosophy. Business deals based on genuine value, not manipulation. Relationships built on mutual respect, not emotional gain. Success measured by personal growth and positive impact, not by who can beg, chase, or manipulate best. This world is possible. It starts with you. It starts with your daily choices, your commitment to integrity, and your willingness to value yourself even when it's difficult. Every choice matters. Every time you choose self-respect over desperation, every time you focus on personal growth instead of chasing external validation, every time you act with authenticity rather than playing games, you're doing more than changing your life. You're changing the world around you. You're showing others there's another way to live. You're proving that success and fulfillment come from integrity, self-value, growth, and positive impact, not from begging, chasing, texting, or games. Your power within. Remember, you have everything you need within you. You don't need to beg, you can create opportunities. You don't need to chase, you can attract success through your actions and character. You don't need constant validation, you can find it within yourself. You don't need games, your authenticity is stronger than any strategy or manipulation. This is your life. This is your journey. You have the power to make it extraordinary, not by begging, not by chasing, not by texting, not by playing games, but by becoming the person who naturally attracts success and fulfillment. The life you deserve. The life you want, the life of integrity, growth, and positive impact is already within you. It's waiting. All you have to do is embrace it, one choice at a time, one day at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You've already taken that step. Now keep going. Keep growing. Keep choosing self-respect and personal power. The best is yet to come.